Alrighty, fellas. I kept talking about limited this, limited that, Ford versus Ram. Well, here's our opportunity to show you. So, just by approaching these two vehicles, there are certain things that stand out. It seems like Ram put together their materials used better. They're kind of applied better, more strategic than these. A lot of people are saying, excuse me, this came from the lowest trim right panel, and then they just slapped this upper piece. Maybe. Overall, it looks good to me. Overall, it flows, it does the job, but I definitely see how Ford used more plastic. But when they did use leather, they used good leather in other places. But overall, the way it looks, fit and finish on the Ford is less, on a lower standard than Ram is. Not to say that Rams is all that great. If anything, the 25 Ram's even lower than my 21, and we'll underline that later. But just by looking at this door card, right, the seats are phenomenal. But just let's use this door card for example. We're not going to talk about all this stuff looking like someone did it blindfolded, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a work truck, and just drive it as a truck. But like, why do people buy limited? They want nicer interiors, they want upper scale, so people are going to pay attention to stuff like this. So here we go. I know just by looking at it, I don't know if the camera does it. No, you could tell, like, that ain't straight, right? All the gapping is different, and it's not very symmetrical, right? You got a big gap there, far less there. You kind of have this sticking out here, and there's a lot going on that could have been perfected, right? It could have settled better. It could come together better. It doesn't fall apart. Well, a couple of them might be, but I don't have complaint as far as falling apart yet, and I don't see it coming. They seem to be pretty sturdy, but it's like Ram, or excuse me, Ford. If you're gonna charge us for a limited and say you got a limited trim, why don't you give us something a little bit more refined and neat? And I was afraid the video wasn't gonna show, but you could see, right? That's nice flush, and that's kind of gappy, and then you got all this commotion going on. It's pretty rough. Let's go over here. I mean, this is bad. What they got going on here? I mean, what are you guys thinking, right? And you have little stuff. If you look really close, they didn't even like sand it, trim it, clean it. You just got little follicles sticking out. I'm nitpicking, guys, but do I have the right to do it when this thing's north of 100,000? I mean, look at that. They couldn't even follow the edge properly. Stuff like that. Overall, I can't say that plastic's much cheaper, but it kind of feels more flimsier, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like softer plastic. Hopefully that makes sense to you. It's staying together, everything's fine there, but the way they put the materials together, I think Ram has the upper scale on it. I mean, look at this. What were they thinking, right? So we could nitpick all day, but this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where one versus the other and one outdoes each other. Like, overall, is a grand scheme of things, right? It looks nice. It's black. You got plastic, textured, durable plastic, right? It doesn't give me any issues, so what can I complain about? Then you got leather piece. That's cool and all. Really poor finish on this handle. Well, heck, at least you got leather there. Back here, you don't even get it. So, guys, I'm gonna say it. For 25, I feel ripped off buying a limited. Hopefully that makes sense to you. 25, I've owned a 14, I've owned a 19, a 21, and 25, all limiteds. And as the years progressed, it got worse. It's just how it is. They couldn't even give you the the usual stainless or whatever you want to call it placard there. Just stuff like that. It all adds up, you know. And then people that, when they buy a limited, they want a limited for a reason. And yeah, but it all trickles down into the rest of the trim levels. I think I figured out why they put material here. I think this is a very high compressing area, crimpling area. It seems like the leather pieces here get sandwiched the most. so fabric recovers from those compressions a lot better, right? All the squishing and mushing. I think that's why they did it. I might be wrong. My first jump to conclusion was they're saving costs. Up here, I couldn't tell you what it is. Aesthetically, it doesn't look bad, but it looks cheapened. I think that's the best way I could put it. Overall, you know, I didn't buy a Mercedes. I mean, I bought a Ram end of the day. This is a working man's truck, and it's a hard working truck. But, you know, getting the Limited, you'd want a little bit more. One of the biggest things I'm really upset about is they didn't give me my wooden steering wheel. Ram, could you please give us back the wooden steering wheel? It was so nice that you guys had it. I enjoyed it. What I do like what they did, this is probably an 8 out of 10. I strongly like this one, but I love what they did here. That's a solid 10 out of 10. I couldn't ask for anything better there. So you give and you take a little bit, but they're all doing this, guys. Every brand that I've looked into, they're all doing this. Yeah, I still don't know why they gave you a piece of plastic here on the pillars. Part of the body, why not just do it with the body and steel, or aluminum, I guess in this case. But something must have happened, so they'll just slap a piece of plastic there. But we're talking about interior. Excuse me. Oh, fit and finish. We've spoke about it. Excuse me. But then approach. I wanted to underline this. I always say the Ford's easier to get in and out of. But look at the door. I mean, look at that door. That'd be the best comparison right here. I know this video is about Limited and fit and finish, but look at those doors. I mean, those are just huge difference. For the curious ones, I think I had a measuring tape in here. I will go that far and show you the opening of a door. And this will make perfect sense to you why one's more, you know, let's say the opening, right? Oh, whoa, what I would not do for you guys, man. Look at all this. So the opening is roughly 34 inches, right? The hole to where you go through. On this one, well, let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to take my word on this one. It equates to about 39 some change. So let's just call it 39. So that's 5 inches. 5 inches is a lot of room, guys. You know, 5 inches is an average half male's foot, right? I mean, it's just, I'm nitpicking, yeah, but like another thing is the hump there. The Ram has that hump, Ford doesn't, but I feel like we're transitioning towards cabs now instead of finish on Limited. So anyways, I just figured I'd throw it out there. In the end, it all adds up and it makes a difference, right? Look where you're going through. You're gonna say, well, you moved your seat all the way forward. Not really. If you look through the back, it might be a little bit forward, but not that much. But even that, let's just say it's all the way forward or quite a bit forward. That's a mega cab. You see that leg space? Now compare it to this. Not that big of a difference, right? And this is a crew cab. That's a long bed. So if you were in the market for a crew cab, definitely look at the Ford. They have everything packaged away. Yeah, you know, the back seats are a lot smaller. They're not as puffy. I keep saying that, but I never really showed you guys. So look at this back seat, right? Look at that. Okay, what is that? 7 inches? Then you have this back seat. Then you have this back boy, you know, a whopping 9-10 inches, and it all adds up like that. Anyways, guys, I'm wrapping it up. As always, good Lord bless you and may y'all have a mighty fine day. Let me know in the comment section what else you guys want me to underline. Probably gonna have this truck for a few more days. The Ford, keeping the Ram. Drop the wheels off of it and keep y'all updated on it. Ciao, bye.